What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 14 Battles with live commentary. We are continuing to use the Bouffalant team, just because I've been kind of lazy lately, not gonna lie. And yeah, we're gonna have some fun with it one last time, and then play around with a couple other teams. Also, before we get into it, I have been working out the issues with streaming, so hopefully we will be able to stream some shiny hunting this weekend, so look forward to that. So looking at my opponent's first team, and it is a single restricted in Giratina Origin form. It is Crocodile, Giratina, a Togekiss, Milotic, a Whimsicott, and a Lapras. And so Calyrex is very good here, right? Amoonguss Calyrex is awesome, being able to set up that Trick Room very, very effectively and go from there. Bouffalant and then probably Kyogre, right? Comfey is tempting, but I really want the Kyogre there for the Lapras, as we don't really have a good way to hurt it outside of that. But I think Amoonguss really going to be good here, being able to set up that Trick Room, right? Or not set up that Trick Room, set up the redirection so Calyrex can set up the Trick Room and go from there. And I do think one of the difficult parts of this team is the fact that Is the fact that we have a what am I trying to say? We only have one really offensive Trick Room setter with the Calyrex, right? Whimsicott isn't, Comfey isn't super offensive, and so you have a very passive lead of if you lead like redirection plus Trick Room. So let's just, in all honesty, I don't even think I need a Trick Room here. I think I'm just gonna go for a Rage Powder to stop that Crocodile. And I'm going to go for the Glacial Lance, right? I don't think it necessarily makes sense for me to, waste it right off the bat. They could be, if they're Safety Goggles Crocodile, that's always really scary. But yeah, I don't think I need to go for a Trick Room right now. Getting rid of these two would be huge. And then Giratina, right, we know is definitely not holding Safety Goggles, as we are going to see a straight withdraw into the Lapras, right? So Lapras probably not going to want to take this that much as we go for the Rage Powder. So probably a Trick Room could have been an option, but we could see, we're going to see the Taunt. So actually going into the Amoonguss, interesting. They would have actually given me a free Trick Room, which, I would have obviously appreciated, but, I'll take it. We do get pretty good damage onto the Lapras, right? We do see wow, that is a crit. As it is going to be a Focus Sash on the Whimsicott. I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff into the Calyrex, and I'm going to just go for another Glacial Lance, right? We should be able to survive really any hit that they want to go for at this point. I can't, like I said, see them getting any sort of knockouts that way. And so I'm really fine, like I said, to go for it. Worst case, right, we do have Kyogre in the back. And so being able to effectively deal with whatever's on the field is probably fine. So let's see what's going to happen here. We are going to see the Tailwind, right? So it's only going to be an attack from a Lapras. Lapras isn't that strong, as we are going to see the Resonance. So it's going to go into the Amoonguss, which is totally fine. Amoonguss should live. 39 is more than 0. That's fine with me. Unfortunately, right, Pollen Puff not going to be to our benefit here. But we will be able to get a knockout onto this Whimsicott, as well as just a little bit more chip onto the Lapras, and that's kind of all I really want here. So yeah, we are getting it to +1, which is going to be really nice. We know that they have the Crocodile in the back. We can assume that they have Giratina, so kind of figure out how to adjust. We do at least get to, I didn't know you see the animation if it doesn't do anything, so that's really cool. Also, as we're waiting, make sure to subscribe. We are working our way towards 1 billion subscribers, and we really can't get there without you. And especially with the release of Scarlet and Violet coming up, right, I really expect us to get there. So I'm feeling actually pretty good about this position, right? Like my opponent, yes, they do have their max up, but what is a Lapras really going to do in this situation, right, versus a Calyrex? Sure, you have Crocodile with a Dark type attack, but it's going to be actually Togekiss, so no restricted being revealed from my opponent. I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff here, and I'm just going to click another Glacial Lance. I don't necessarily see a reason for me to max quite yet. Right, we do have access to spread. We could have set up Trick Room. It's not the necessarily end of the world. but I really want to wait until we're done. Unfortunately, we do not have a way to proc the policy on our what's it called? Proc the policy on our Kyogre, so that's unfortunate. They will fire off a geyser, but yeah, thanks to just the Lapras not really being that strong, we are going to be able to survive that. More importantly too, right, we did go for a Pollen Puff, so I think we should actually be back to full here, and so that really going to help us out. The issue though, as some of you have remembered with this Calyrex or have seen on the screen, is I forgot to max the PP on Glacial Lance, so we don't have that many left, which, you know, is fine. Can I go for the Rage Powder? I still am taunted, so that's unfortunate. I'm just going to click that here. I'm going to go for, I should have gone for a Trick Room. Someone's going to point that out, but it's fine. I don't think it's an issue, right? We are just stalling out turns at this point. The only scary part is, okay, so they're going to go into the Togekiss, or not the Togekiss. The Togekiss is going to go into the Amoonguss. And so that's going to be fine with me, right? We are going to lose the Shroom, but as we saw, Lapras is not going to be able to KO me. I'm hoping +1 Glacial Lance should be enough to KO the Togekiss. Right, we know that we're going to survive this hit. Oh, that's a crit. That's a crit. Let's see if we get the knockout there. We do not get the knockout, which is pretty bad here. We have to bring out Ogre. We do not have, oh god, that's actually really tricky, right? Okay, but it's fine, right? Lapras, we can Thunder into the Lapras, try and set up a Trick Room. How many? They have 2 turns of Aurora Veil, theoretically. I'm going to go for the Lightning into the Lapras, as well as go for a Trick Room on the Calyrex, right? Just trying to set up for success here. The Thunder, I'm hoping, because it is max Lightning, right? Even with the Aurora Veil, it should hopefully be a 2-shot. The big scary thing is if it's weakness policy, even if it's weakness policy Lapras, I think we should still be in the clear here, because of the fact that yeah, we should still be in the clear here, because of the fact that we do have access to Bouffalant in the back, and right, you're not KOing Kyogre. We know that you have a Crocodile in the back, which is not going to appreciate it. So overall, I feel pretty good. We're probably going to lose Calyrex here, unfortunately, but nothing we can do about that. As we will see the Dazzling Gleam come out, it is going to unfortunately get the knockout onto the Calyrex, a double crit, so confirming that crit kiss there, probably worth knocking it out as a result, as we will see the Freeze Dry. So, you know, I don't really want to lose. Oh, we have a weakness policy because it's super effective. Yeah, that's awesome. That Lapras is gone. Yeah, I forgot that is super effective against water types. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go for Protect, and then yeah, we're gonna protect Bouffalant. We're gonna get rid of the Togekiss, just because it's really scary. But yeah, oh, that's funny. I didn't even consider that Freeze Dry counts as super effective. So it'll trigger my policy, and at this point, right, like Crocodile not really gonna do much. I do want to, like I said, protect. Because I am a little bit worried about the critical hits from Togekiss, but Kyogre really not going to take that much. This is like max HP. Like, look at how much HP we have left. So I'm gonna, which Geyser does more? I'm gonna Geyser into this Togekiss, as well as go for a Protect. That way Crocodile, right, can, or that way Bouffalant can survive the turn if we need it to. I don't think we, like, yeah, at this range we should KO the Togekiss. Even with Protect, right, we have +2. It's going to be Stab in the rain. So yeah, get that knockout there. Double up into the Crocodile to take us home. So, you know, I mean, they brought no restricteds. I'm not going to complain. I mean, we could, if we lose this, I will cry. We're going to see the Follow Me. That's perfect. It could be, maybe if it's like Swords Dance. Okay, no, it's high horsepower. Yeah, we are super physically bulky, so I don't even care about that high horsepower. Yeah, I was like Swords Dance into Earthquake, like Swords Dance, Protect, Earthquake, maybe not, probably not even. Right, like, yeah, Kyogre is super bulky. We saw the Sash on Whimsicott, so it's probably like banded on the Crocodile. So we can just go for the head charge here. So you know, starting off a win versus no restricted, always a great way to kick things off. You know, so let's just see what's gonna happen here. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna play it out, right? High horsepower. I'm guessing, like I said, it is probably banded at that point. Maybe not. Looking at the damage, it could be expert belt, but yeah, that shockingly, the Crocodile did not survive the Max Geyser from the Kyogre in the rain. So overall, a solid first battle. And you know what? Let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Eternatus Zacian. So it is Eternatus Zacian with Butterfree, a Volcarona, Rotom, and Moltres. So my first thought is Incineroar Comfey, right? I want to set up that Trick Room. I think that's our best bet. Rage Powder is... oh no, wait, Rage Powder... Rage Powder works on Bug-type Pokemon. We always forget that. I'm going to do Calyrex. I'm going to do Kyogre. I don't think Bouffalant is necessary here, right? If we get Kyogre set up, nothing should survive. It is going to be a little bit tricky because we do not have Hailstorm for the Eternatus, but even still, like a +2 +2 Water Spout should be enough to KO stuff. I'm really bad at talking, which is fine. You know, sometimes we have those days. We're gonna see Butterfree Eternatus, so this is really good for us, right? We can just set. I mean, we do. Okay, so we do have to be worried about Befuddle, right? Like that is actually something that can cause some issues. So I'm gonna go for the Trick Room here, and I'm gonna go for the Rage Powder, right? Like the issue right now is the fact that Butterfree can just double status my Pokemon. We're gonna see. Okay, so we're gonna see actually no switch or no max, which is good for us, as we will see the Mystical Fire come out onto Amoonguss, dealing a lot more than expected. I don't like that. The Butterfree going to set up with a Quiver Dance too, so a little bit scary there. But right, we do have that ability just to go for a Spore at this point, so I'm not really worried about things. I'm actually gonna so I'm gonna actually switch it. I'm gonna hard switch into Calyrex here and go for let's go for a Spore onto the Butterfree. Right, you're not gonna die. You shouldn't Dynamax Cannon into that spot, and so we should just be able to get out a free switch in into our Calyrex. You can Spore. Okay, you can Spore Bug types. I always think you can't, but you unfortunately can. So we're gonna see a Rage Powder here. That's totally fine with me, right? Amoonguss is going to be immune to that. We are just going to get a nice little Spore here, and I think if we can get double restricted, we should pretty easily sweep, as we are going to see the Mystical Fire. So give me that free kite. Oh, I mean, we survived, but I don't like that. I'm going to click a Glacial Lance here. I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff, probably onto the Calyrex. Why don't I just Spore the Eternatus? That makes way more sense. We're gonna, okay, that's great, right? We're gonna probably Spore. It is gonna be a Rotom, and so this is actually better for us, right? Because of that pressure, we don't have to worry about things. So Butterfree going for the Protect there on the chance to wake up. We will be able to fire off a really big Glacial Lance, right? Thankfully, we do not have to worry about our PP, at least for right now. It'll become an issue later, in which case it'll be very bad for us. Butterfree going down to its Focus Sash, so that's really good for us. We can just click another Glacial Lance here. as well as go for the Pollen Puff onto Calyrex, right? This is just a little bit tricky, right? We're going to be down to 3. Eternatus will bring us down to 1, and I think our opponent just, you know, couldn't give us the quick win. So I'm very thankful for that. You know, I think in that position we were clear to sweep. I don't think my opponent knew about the PP on Calyrex. So we definitely, you know, we definitely had that for us, but it is what it is, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day after struggling a little bit in queue, and it is Zacian Kyogre. It is Zacian, Whimsicott, Rotom, Chansey, everyone's favorite, Rillaboom, and Kyogre. And so what I'm thinking here is Amoonguss, probably. Amoonguss, Comfey. So here's the thing, right? What is Kyogre really doing for us here? Probably not much. So I'm gonna do Bouffalant with Calyrex instead. I think that's our best bet. Right? I think it just, yeah, it really gives us kind of a chance. And also, right, like being able to switch into Rillaboom is great. I'm assuming that they do not have what's it called? I am assuming they don't have Energy Ball on Whimsicott because they have the Rillaboom, but you know, you never know. We are going to see Kyogre with the Rillaboom here. And so this is, I have Comfey. Oh. This is bad. Okay, so here's what we do. Here's what we have to do. We have to double protect here. Do we double protect here? What do I have in the back? All right, this is bad. No, it's not bad. Okay, here's what we do. We go for the protect here. The issue is if you do not max the... Okay, if you don't max the Kyogre to try and go for spread, we go for the Spore onto the Ogre. We have... Okay, yeah, that's probably what we're going to see here. We should see a Fake Out, right? I can't risk where the Fake Out is going. Right, okay, so we're going to see the Protect. We probably are going to see a Fake Out onto our Comfey, right? That's what I'm guessing. We're going to see the Wood Hammer instead. That's totally fine with me. At this point, I'm going to go for a Spore onto this Kyogre, and I'm going to go for a Trick Room, right? Unfortunately, we did have a free Trick Room there. But this is fine, right? We do risk putting that Kyogre to sleep. Water Spout, not going to do that much onto the Amoonguss. Comfey going to go down to its Sash here. So the question now is, do you target down the Comfey, or do you give me your... Okay, so we're going to see the Wood Hammer. So yeah, we're not going to get up a Trick Room, but at that cost, we do get to set up... what's it called? We do get to put the Kyogre to sleep, which I think is a good trade. I also, you know, could have switched in Bouffalant, but... you know, we chose not to. But what's really nice here, right, is we do have a very free switch into Calyrex. So I'm gonna actually set up the Trick Room now. Right, like Kyogre has to take a mandatory turn of sleep here, and so what I want to do is I'm gonna go for a Pollen Puff. No, I don't need to Pollen Puff. I'm gonna Pollen Puff into the Rillaboom just to get a little bit of chip. So I'm gonna go for a Pollen Puff here. As well as set up a Trick Room here, and that way we can go for a recovery after, and then we can just start firing off big hits with our what's it called, our thing in the back. Kyogre going to stay asleep here, so that's gonna be really big. Probably, okay, so we're gonna have to take a Wood Hammer. I hope we survive. You know, I'll take that. 36 is more than 0. That was really good damage. Okay, it's because it's a crit. So I'm gonna protect here. I'm gonna protect here because of the fact that, right, your Rillaboom obviously can have a Grassy Glide. It might be banded. That's what I'm wondering, right? I'm gonna assume your Rillaboom is banded, and that is why you have not gone for an attack. If I get this wrong, I'm gonna get really punished. I'm going to Quake into the Rillaboom, though. That way we can get... Okay, so we do see a switch out. Is this going to be into Zacian? It's going to be into Chansey. Chansey is fine with me, right? We do have the ability just to put it to sleep, and we will get a Quake boost. So we can stop the Chansey from doing Chansey things, which it breaks my heart, but it is what it is. But that kind of tells me that the Rillaboom is going to be that Choice Banded item, right? Like James Beck used it to get top 4 in the world, so it's definitely not uncommon. As we're gonna see a max on the Ogre. This Ogre is currently asleep, so you know, that's really good for us. We need to KO everything around. So what I'm hoping to do, right, is I'm hoping to pin the Zacian. I mean, not pin the Zacian, pin the Rillaboom, because of the fact that we do have access to Bouffalant, which, right, like Sap Sipper really going to come in handy here. Calyrex going to recover a fair bit of HP back, not as much as I would like, in all honesty, right? I still am worried about taking some damage from that Kyogre, right? Like, I don't actually know if +1 lets us survive the Max Quake. I mean, not the Max Quake, the Max Geyser. We do luckily get a turn of sleep here. I'm going to go for another Pollen Puff, and I'm going to go for the Hailstorm into the Chansey. That way we can get rid of the rain, right, as we recover some more HP back. And looking at how much we did with Quake, we should be able to get a KO here. So I'm going to go for that here. I also... You know, there's that easy option of like, what if we just completely invalidate the Kyogre? And so we can do it that way. Kyogre still is very scary though. We are going to most likely try to see the Chansey going for a minimize, but we should outspeed it. It actually doesn't matter too because we are maxed. But yeah, the Rage Powder, right? Just playing it safe, as we will be able to easily one-shot this Chansey. It should be a Zacian in the back. So that's good for us, right? We will get that attack boost onto our Calyrex. We will reduce the amount of damage Kyogre is going to do, and we are in just a really strong position overall. As the Kyogre, I mean, it's going to get a turn of sleep. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I very much could be wrong. It probably is going to be Zacian coming out here, right? You probably want to bring out Zacian. Otherwise, you are just giving me a free knockout into the Rillaboom, which, I mean, I'm not complaining about. I think, like I said, I think it is going to be a banded variant, but yeah, we are going to see the Zacian come out here. I think that there's no reason to do anything fancy schmancy. I'm going to go for a Quake into it. I'm going to go for a Spore into it. So we click Spore here. We click Max Quake here. We get the special defense boost for the Calyrex. We still are not out of the woods yet, right? Like the Kyogre guaranteed to wake up. The Protect, very obvious here, but it is a necessary evil, I think. Right? We could have. It's okay. It's a little bit tricky here, right? I think we have a turn of Trick Room left. I haven't been paying attention. Zacian, yeah, that's really good. Chip onto the Zacian here. We need to set up a Trick Room for Bouffalant to have a chance, as we will see the Kyogre going to wake up this turn. Geyser, let's see how much it does. We are +2 special defense, and there is no weather. Yeah, so we are going to be able to easily take that, and we should hopefully survive an Origin Pulse pretty comfortably if we need to, right? Like, that's definitely an option. I think I do want to go for... I probably want to go for a Spore into the Zacian slot, right? Actually, I'm gonna Spore into the Zacian. I think it's just safer, and go for the high horsepower. Spore. I'm gonna Spore into the Zacian, and go for the high horsepower as well. I think Amoonguss should be able to beat Kyogre if needed. This is actually a really tricky endgame. We're gonna see the Kyogre go for Protect, so that's actually really good for us, right? Being able to, okay, we're gonna see the Quick Attack come out. We are gonna be able to take that, thank God. And now, right, we will be able to, this is actually a really tricky endgame, right? I'm assuming that the, what's it called? I'm assuming the Rillaboom is banded, but we haven't seen what's it called? We haven't seen an ice type move on, we haven't seen the support move on the Kyogre, right? So, okay, I'm going to go for, I think what we want to do is, we want to spore. Okay, here's what we do. We spore into the Kyogre. We go for a protect on the Calyrex. Yeah, okay, we do that. That lets us bring out Bouffalant. Does that accomplish anything? It probably doesn't. We're gonna see the water spout come out. We need to start chipping away at this Kyogre, right? To reduce those water spouts. Yeah, Amoonguss going to take pretty much nothing here. We should see we're gonna see the knockoff going onto the Amoonguss. That's a lot of damage, and I don't like that at all, right? Because, okay, so here's what we do. How do we do this? You are probably going to, I'm gonna Pollen Puff the Rillaboom, and I'm gonna switch into Bouffalant. This is bad because Kyogre still has, okay, Kyogre's asleep here. You should knock off onto my Bouffalant. Yep, okay, we're gonna lose our item. We are going to get the knockout onto the Rillaboom. Kyogre has taken its mandatory turn of sleep this turn. What I want to do now is I want to, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go for the Pollen Puff into the Ogre, right? We're going to Pollen Puff into the Ogre, and we're going to protect the Bouffalant. No, we have to, we're going to protect into, okay, we're going to protect into Bouffalant. Basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to weaken this Kyogre, right? We're going to see it wake up. We are going to see the Origin Pulse come out. Let's see how much it does into our Amoonguss, right? We're going from 54 down to 21. We will Pollen Puff for some damage onto the Kyogre. That is not enough. The rain, though, is going to stop, which is pretty critical for me, right? Like, we can... I wonder, okay, okay, it is Leftovers Kyogre. Right, you have no more chance of rain. I'm going to protect my Amoonguss, and I'm gonna go for the head charge onto Kyogre. This is actually really risky. It's not really risky, because of the fact that, worst case, right, we can, okay, and you're gonna miss Bouffalant. Yeah, that's really great for us. That's perfect. That's over half. And so what I want to do now is, I'm going to protect, yeah, we protect, Bouffalant this turn to spore into the Kyogre. And from there, we can go for a head charge with, okay, so that's what we do, right? We go for the spore onto the Kyogre. We protect the Bouffalant here, and we set up an endgame for us, right? This is not necessarily over. It's not necessarily ogre, some would say. Origin Pulse going to come out, right? We know that that's not going to do that much into Amoonguss, especially now that the rain is gone. Like, your damage is going to go down significantly. Perfect. There is no crit. We probably don't survive another one of those, which is going to be a little bit scary for sure. But we do put that Kyogre to sleep. I'm going to heal up my Bouffalant, right? I'm going to go for a head charge and just go for the Pollen Puff, right? I want to make sure that we can survive some more attacks, because Bouffalant really is going to be our win con here. And so not having that Life Orb, a little bit unfortunate, but a necessary evil. So yeah, mandatory turn of sleep. I think we want to Pollen Puff up onto the Bouffalant, as well as go for a really big head charge onto this Kyogre. And then we probably should pivot out, right? My thought process with that pivot out is that will what's it called? That will give us more HP on the Amoonguss. We probably don't need to, right? Like with the Pollen Puff bringing us back up. I mean, they could crit. That's actually the fear, right? A double crit onto both of my Pokemon, as the Kyogre going to get pretty. Yeah, we just need to hit. Again, I'm just gonna click. I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff onto the Kyogre, and I'm going to click a Head Charge onto it as well. Like, this should probably finish the game off, right? And yeah, with that Turn of Sleep, we are going to be able to nicely wrap this one up. So overall, I think some really solid games. I'm glad that we got to have some fun with Boufflant, right? Like, that's kind of what we're all about here. I have some fun stuff planned, and like I said, hopefully we will get streaming working by tomorrow night. I would love to kind of get back into shiny hunting. Worst case, I can use Twitch instead of YouTube, but I really want to keep everything in one place. So look out for that. And with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.